Rescuing the Meatloaf. Morning. During the last 2 weeks of 2017, after my high school graduation, my mom and my dad both wanted to give me a gift to celebrate all my hard work throughout high school. I remember sitting in my room thinking to myself, what could it be? A phone? A new car? Could it even be money? Oh wait, even better, could it be a brand new computer? I had so many predictions, but I wanted to be very low-key about it. That same morning, my dad tells me to get into the car and we head towards my surprise. I'm still thinking about, could it even be a new car or even a new phone? After 3 hours in the car, we ended up in Alabama, basically KKK territory. I'm still thinking to myself, we drove 3 hours for a laptop? We pull up to a very modern farmhouse with a giant barn on the side. It was the only house for miles, so I'm thinking, whoever lives in this house must have my surprise. Or even my new computer. I still didn't know. After a while, a farmer comes out of his house and greets my dad and I. He was very, very nice, besides the giant KKK flag hanging from his porch. He even asked us, are you here for the pickup order? To my surprise, I still didn't know. I'm thinking he's thinking about the computer. My dad said yes, and then the farmer walks over to us and escorts us into his new barn. Side note, I'm still thinking to myself, why would a car or a laptop be inside of a barn? I was completely clueless. When the farmer opened the barn door, to our surprise, it was new litters of puppies with their moms. They have all been rescued from nearby puppy mills and nearby shelters. They all had fresh water, air conditioning units, and fresh food. My dad says I get to pick out a Yorkie, so I go over to the Yorkie litter and I pick the one that was tucked away in the corner, since he wasn't jumping up at me like his other brothers and sisters. I assumed he was abused when he was still a newborn, so I picked him out of guilt. Once I picked him up, we made eye contact and I knew he was the one. Later that morning, on the car ride back home from Alabama to Georgia, the dog had given me a strange look. Side note, he still didn't have a name yet, so I just referred to him as Dog. So within the first 15 minutes of us being back on the road, he decides to throw up on me, his car seat, and the back of my dad's driving seat. My dad figured since he was only 3 months old, he was never throwed in the car before, so all the vibrations made him extremely nauseous. The afternoon. Arriving back in Georgia 3 hours later, he still didn't have a name yet, so we started calling him Dog for about 2 hours. Then suddenly my dad made my favorite dish, meatloaf. So my dad thought, why don't we just name the dog Meatloaf? And so it stuck. I remember Meatloaf used to be extremely little, to where he was so little he could fit in the palm of your hand. He stuck to me like glue. He would follow me around the house, being my tiny little shadow. I remember the farmer saying, before I picked out Meatloaf, that dogs are not our whole life, but they make our lives whole. But wait, there's more. Check out all of these best moments from the very own Meatloaf.
JC on the track,
I'll
boy.
be